Hello, everyone, beautiful people around the world. I'm Simone.
And I'm Macy.
And welcome back to I Was Thinking. Yay! Please forgive us. We are going to try our best. We already we always have technical difficulties, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I am having a major allergy attack, so don't mind the nasaliness in my voice, and also every single sneeze that Simone's going to have to cut out of this, so...
It's okay, Macy. It is okay. Besides that, how are you doing?
I feel like the last time I was struggling really bad was one of our Avatar episodes, and I was like dying in the background, like you could hear me like drowning in my own spit.
I don't remember that, but that was a while ago.
It was a while ago, because you're pretty good at editing out my sniffles, which I do all the time, like I'm just a sniffly person, but I distinctly remember in that episode you asking me if I'm okay, and I'm like, no, I'm like dying.
And I think that might have been the first one because I think I was physically with you. Was I physically with you? Yeah, so I couldn't really edit it like that unless I was editing
when you were talking,
myself.
I was dying in the background.
Yes. Yeah, when we're actually together, there was no way I could have do any type of magic editing for that. I was like, this is just gonna have to be how it is.
Yeah. Welcome to the reality of owning cats when you're allergic to them.
The wise words of every cat owner.
Right. I think it's them. I don't know. I swear, sometimes I'm fine and sometimes I'm not. And I'm a homebody, so I'm home a lot. Like, you'd think that I would be like this all the time when I'm around them, but it's a mystery that I am not going to be able to solve today.
And we don't have time to solve, but I hope you feel better and do okay. And moving on. On this episode, if you can't tell, God, I'm already stumbling. We haven't even started yet. I'm already stumbling. If you can't tell by the title, we are doing another round of Can You Guess My Favorite Song, aka Listen to Simone Lose. It's a new year, a new slate, and so far, since we've played this game, Macy has won all of them. Well, not all of them, but Macy overall has won. A game I have created, I have not won.
So, remind me again, this year so far, we did Girls'
this
Generation.
You mean last year? We're 2023. This is a new year, Macy. This is the first group we're doing in 2023. Girls' Generation we did in 2022.
Did we really?
Yes.
I feel like that was not that long ago.
I mean, it technically wasn't. Now as we record, we're officially in March, but so technically it was like 3 months ago, but it's still a new year.
Okay, so this was the first game of 2023.
Yes.
You never know, this might be your year.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not looking like it, especially in personal life, so...
Well, I was referring to the game, but...
Oh, thank you. We'll see. But yes, and this is the first group that we're doing that's not K-pop, even though one of the members likes to pretend and joke that they are K-pop. I know, like, if you're not in Korea or don't listen to, like, Korean hip-hop, you probably have heard about them through K-pop. Obviously, we're BTS fans, so that's how I know about this group, because there's, like, their idols, so... Yeah. And also not just K-pop, this is the first group that's, like, older, because they're literally grown-ass men, so... Yeah. So the group I'm talking about is Epik High, and usually I feel like we can categorize them as, like, one of the, like, legendary groups, or like we usually save that towards the end of the year, but the only reason we're doing them now is because I'm actually going to go see them in Orlando. When I post this, I might either post this the day before or the day of, but just know I'm physically going to go see them in Orlando. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and do them. Not only to prepare myself when I see them live, but just so I can get more into their music, because I do like Epik High. So, and I can see when I was going through their discography, the inspiration they have on BTS. So mainly Suga and RM, because those are the two biggest like fanboys of them in a good way. And they'll say it themselves too.
Yeah. I did not. I don't know anything about this group. I'm not going to pretend to. I've heard their name, but like other than that, I don't know anything about them. And I'll be honest, when I started listening, I'm like, I didn't know this was mainly rap. So
I thought I told you that.
If you did, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure I told you that. I'm pretty sure I said, Macy, this is a hip hop group, because I also asked you a long time ago
Hip-hop doesn't
if you
necessarily
like
mean like strictly rap.
A majority of it is, though, especially the origin and the era that they were formed. It does actually mostly consist of rap. Nowadays, not anymore.
I was going to say, I think the definition has changed.
The definition has changed, but originally it was. So
yeah,
we don't really have time to get into a history lesson. Yes.
Yeah, I blocked that from my memory, you telling me that. So I wasn't expecting it to be rap, but I like rap. So that's fine.
Well, I also asked you if you remember this when we did the rap line edition, if you listened to hip hop or rap, because through my knowledge, I didn't think you did. And you said you mostly listened to Korean rappers. I asked you who was your favorite Korean rapper. You said Jackson Wang. So
it counts.
And then no. Jackson will even tell you himself, especially with the music he's been putting out now. So I kind of bypassed that.
Now it's different, but
even when he was at GOT7, he would say that too, that he's not a rapper. He is just a guy who was put in a K-pop group who happens to have to rap in this group.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yes, we are going to play the game with Epik High. Of course, as always, I'll give you some facts about them. I try not to go too much into detail because unlike when we do K-pop groups, it's like a little bit harder to find facts in a way, kind of like with Eric Nam. I mean, I kind of see that as a good thing because I don't feel as like stalkerish in a way, if that makes sense. Because sometimes when I be looking up stuff about K-pop idols, I'm like, how do you guys know this stuff?
I don't know. Interviews, maybe. I don't know. Live chats where, I don't know, some groups are on live like all the time. So I would imagine that they talk about random things.
And then sometimes I don't like taking that stuff down because it's like things can always change, you know. They're still people, so they can always, you know, grow, or like what they said back then, they don't feel the same as now. So yeah. It's just forever changing. Humans are forever changing. But before we actually get into Epik High, I'm sorry. I think I've been doing pretty good. I haven't talked about BTS in a while, but a lot has happened. So you need to give me like
every episode.
No, I did pretty good. I did pretty good. I didn't talk about them when we did the Glory. Wait, was that it? Did I talk about them on our... No, I did it. I edited that episode. I should know. Not one single time. I did a good job, Macy. And I didn't talk about them. I don't remember if I did talk about them on our like first episode we did of the year when we were just rambling. Did I bring them up?
I feel like you must have. There's no way.
I might have, and I'm just forgetting. Who knows? But anyway, you guys are just gonna have to give me like 5 to 10 minutes, which might turn into 20 minutes.
Go.
Because a lot has happened. I'm going to go as quick as I can try. A lot has happened. Okay, first of all, Jimin, solo album. Macy, have you heard about this? Coming out soon, called Face. I am excited. I don't know what to expect, but just looking at who has helped him, I know it's going to slap, okay? I'm excited. I don't know if you're aware of this, Macy. Do you know that it was announced J-Hope is the next one to go off to the military?
I think so. I think I saw that.
Okay, so yes. He's the next one to leave us.
The last like 2 weeks, I have been doing nothing on social media. I've just been playing Hogwarts. So
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for that. But yes, he's the next one to leave. I don't know why I was like shocked, but then I'm like, I don't know. I still don't know how to feel about it. I know they have to go. I know the sooner they go, the quicker they can come back, but it still hurts. But he will be releasing a new single, probably already be out before I post this episode on the street. So for some reason, when I heard that, I thought it was going to be like another documentary thing, but it's a song before he actually goes. So yeah, and it was nice of Jin to come on Weverse when it was announced to like comfort him. And he's like, welcome to the military under J-Hope's post. And he's like, you're going to be a rookie when you get here. Do not look at me in the eye. I am above you. I'm about to be ranked a new position. I'm like, thank you, Jin, for coming in through the sadness with some comedy. I really appreciate it. We needed it. But I thought it was a cute little interaction on Weverse. Next, I am still a little sad because Yoongi is having his own solo tour, Suga/August D. And as we're recording, like, Army pre-sales is going to happen today, and I got waitlisted. So I'm still a little sad about that. And honestly, I don't know if I'm even going to try to attempt to go if I get off the wait list. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Because we don't live in any of the areas he's going to here in America, because that would have to consist of planning, like, hotel and, like, plane. I am not one of those people that can just drop everything at the last minute to, like, go there to attempt last minute to get a ticket. But yeah, I was trying for me and you and my other friend Precious, and it doesn't look like it's happening for us.
Yeah.
Again, good luck to everyone that is attempting to get tickets, because even with the pre-sale code, it does not mean you will get tickets. So good luck. I know this is going to be way past, everything. I also really doubt there's going to be any tickets left after the Army pre-sale, because they're opening everything up. And I cannot afford resale tickets because they'd be trying to resell them for the price of house mortgages.
Yeah.
There's that. Jungkook's living his best life still, just hanging out, doing all the lives with the karaoke. I want to know how many microphones he has when he does that.
I have seen then everyone, some of those clips.
Yes, and then everyone was freaking out because the last live he did, once he got off heading to work, he deleted his Instagram. And it's like, he said it. He was like, don't worry, guys, I didn't get hacked. I just don't use it. I deleted it. And you know what? Good for him. Because what is the point of still having it? I still have it because, I'm a normal person, friends, family, and all that. But just leave this man alone. If you don't want to have Instagram, he don't have to have it. And he's still gracious enough to go on Weverse with his 4-hour lives. So, next. Still haven't watched V's show that he's on. I think some type of cooking show. I need to watch it. I need to find where to watch it. And the guy that has the restaurant, it's funny because I recently was watching him in the drama. And then when I saw like clips of like the previews of it, I was like, oh, I just saw you in the drama I was watching, the Behind Every Star I talked about.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys remember. Yeah, so that looks good. Also, it was just like announced, I guess he's an ambassador of some type of, I don't know if it's a phone company or some type of tech company over in Indonesia. And then there's speculations he might try to do like a fan meet with that company. So that'll be cool. Oh, I also forgot to mention with Jimin and his album coming out that they're doing a raffle for like a fan call. For the first like 70 people, not first 70 people, but like 70 people have a chance of like doing a 1-minute fan call with Jimin. I'm definitely not going to attempt to do that one because what the heck would I say if I was lucky enough to even get that? And it's only a minute. I feel like I would just be staring at him like, what do I say? And then like you have to buy like tons of albums just to have a chance. So it's like, no, thank you. Good luck to everyone who gets it. Please don't be weird. Please don't be weird.
Right.
And it's also interesting that
I would be too scared to do that as an idol. Like, I wouldn't want to actually talk. Like, that sounds weird because it's their fans, but like, people are crazy.
Yeah. And trust me, I've seen some weird videos online of like people asking like some of these idols to like bark for them and all that. And I'm like, just don't be weird, please. I'm begging. I'm begging anyone that is listening to this. Don't be weird. What else? Have I gotten through everyone? I think so. Oh, and then like, as we're also recording today, which is really sad, and it keeps going into my thing of leaving people alone and how like, I don't care if you like someone, especially celebrities, how you feel about celebrities because of the whole status of like them having more money and then in the spotlight, which is still kind of like a rose glass, like, what is it? Glasses, mirror whatever.
Glasses.
Yes, that. Thank you, Macy. And I'm only talking about this because Namjoon also posted this on his story. Like with the monk situation, it was on their news that apparently, I don't know what the train company is called. It's like Co-Rail or something. But there was a worker there that was selling his personal information for 3 years.
Oh, jeez.
No, probably 4 since 2019. They just caught someone that was selling his private information from like his...
My goodness.
Yeah.
Hey,
It
people.
was on the national news. And again, I'm usually pretty good at like keeping it respectful when I talk about this type of stuff, but I'm not anymore. So it's like, for that guy, for anyone else who doesn't see not just BTS, but just like other idols, celebrities, people in general as like human beings, not objects, fuck you, fuck your family. You know, I wish you nothing but the worst in life. And yeah, if you believe in a hell, I hope you end up there. And I just wish you nothing but the worst. This world is insane. People are crazy.
Very much so. Can't trust nobodies.
Trust nobody. I don't want to make this too long. Because this is not what the episode is about. I'm just going to ask, when is enough going to be enough? When are we actually going to really do something about these stalkers and just people that are a threat to these other humans that they don't see as humans? Again, which is why I don't like to say the word idol. Sometimes I slip up and say idol, but there's a reason why I try to avoid that word to the best of my ability. It's like a double-edged sword because I'm glad like Namjoon and Jungkook with, you know, from his live saying that he's being followed at the gym, they're speaking up about it, but at the same time they shouldn't be, because they should be allowed to be normal human beings and just go somewhere that's not part of their schedules. Like, I don't want it to get to a point where they're just trying to live their everyday lives and need bodyguards. You know how much money that would be? You know how much stress that is? And not only that, like, seriously, I know the companies move in secret, but like, when is it going to get to the point where they need to start moving out loud? Like, no offense, because I know this whole SM and Hive thing that I have not talked about at all. I know nothing about business, and I might be the only one who really wish they kept this shit behind closed doors. I know why they did it. Especially seeing all the reactions, especially people like me that know nothing about business, but still, like, this is just childish at this point. I'm not on any company's side for many reasons, because there's things SM and Hype have done that me as a Black K-pop fan have side-eyed. But I'm more interested right now in what are y'all gonna do to protect the idols you have? Because it's getting to the point where a lot of their lives seem like they're endangered. That's what I want to hear about. My patience is running thin. I don't understand why people just can't leave them the fuck alone. I just don't understand. Like, seriously, what is it going to take? Because even though I haven't been into K-pop very long, just knowing some of the history, especially with stalker fans, I feel like the worst has already been done and nothing has still changed. Do laws need to change? I don't think suing is enough at this point. Like, I think laws really need to be made to put these people in jail. I think we need to start putting these people in jail. Suing is not enough, especially when a lot of these people have connections. Y'all fucking wonder, the ones who were talking about you're worried that JK's in the house all the time. Yeah, because every time he leaves the fucking house, he's getting followed. Again, let's get back to this episode before I keep going. Okay, but I'm done with that. I had to get that out the way. See, I went pretty fast. It didn't take me forever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. But on to what the actual show is about. Epik High. Guys, this is what happens when we don't record for a while. Sometimes I forget how to do this. And I say this all the time, but we're not professionals. So Macy, how do you feel about Epic High before I get into like their history and all this? How do you know anything about them, or like have you heard any of their music before I asked you to do this?
I think, the only thing I had ever heard, I feel like you showed me a music video at one point, but I don't remember what song it was.
Might have been the one with CL in it. Was it that one, Rosario?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember it at all. I have a memory of us watching one of their music videos, but I had not heard any of their music before this. I didn't actually even know how many of them there were, so I had to look it up. Like, I looked it up as I was listening. But,
I thought you knew about Tableau, though.
I do know who Tableau is, but I didn't know the other ones or how many there were. I thought there were 4. So
okay.
I don't know why I thought there were 4, but
that's actually fine too, because especially when I go over like my notes, Tableau's really the only one that's kind of like, I won't say well known, but yeah, kind of like in the media. The other 2 are pretty like private. There wasn't much information I could find, which honestly, like I said earlier, good for them. At this point, I'm like, if a celebrity can stay as private as they can, yeah, I don't blame them.
So basically, I had no prerequisites about them or any thoughts per se. Like I said, I didn't even realize they were primarily a rap group. I didn't know how many there were of them, and I think I've seen maybe one music video. But so basically going in blind for this one, probably more so than any group we've done.
That's good though. That's good. I promise I won't freak out as much as I do the other ones with these, because I really don't know, especially after you saying that. And I didn't think you knew that much about them, let alone listen to their music. So, and then like the first couple albums, especially the very first one, I was like, I don't know where Macy's range is when it comes to hip hop. So I'm like, I just don't know.
I'm sure we'll go into this. I like what seems to be the main guy's cadence. And I couldn't help, this might be ignorant of me, but I couldn't help, like, more like the mid-range albums get a little bit of an Eminem vibe from him.
You talking about Tableau?
Huh?
Who are you talking about?
I don't know their names. The one you hear the most.
There's really only 2 you hear. It's either Tableau or Mithra.
It's I don't know.
I will say maybe the one with like a deeper voice that raps is Mithra. The other one is Tableau. I don't know how to explain their voices unless I like play to a clip now. We don't have time for that, but it's fine.
Just in general, whoever is rapping the most.
But I feel like they both rap equally, so that's why I was like...
Equally? Does one of them start more often?
It depends on the song.
Do they sound similar?
I don't think they sound similar. No, it's 2 voices.
Okay. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. My point was that I was getting Eminem vibes from a couple specific songs, but I don't know if they were inspired or at all, or even maybe it was just a similar
like sound.
Yeah.
I don't know, because like every time I hear Tableau talk, I'm not sure if I've heard him mention Eminem. And honestly, I think they're around the same age as Eminem.
I just got Eminem vibes. I have no idea.
I don't know either. He was probably around longer than them.
Yeah, I think they're liked him. I remember listening to him as a kid, so
I don't know. But anyway, like I mentioned earlier,
I just distinctly remember in my brain, like as I was listening to this one, I'm like, that last line was very like, it reminded me of Eminem.
I feel like you're talking about Tableau, but I just don't know unless I play a song and you point out the voice so I can tell you specifically, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, for me, like I mentioned earlier, I'm sure a lot of like K-pop fans who may know them, especially if you're a BTS fan, know them through BTS because they're big fans of them and they got a lot of their inspiration from them. When I was getting into BTS, I think it was around the time Sleepless In is when I really like heard about Epic High because Yoongi helped produce one of the songs that are on there. So that's the first like little EP thing I've heard of Epic High, and then I liked it, so I kind of not too much of like a deep dive, but I did try to listen to some of their other stuff. Like I know I listened to the very first album, and then like at that time, the one that came out in 2017, what was it? We've Done Something Wonderful. So I knew about those three. And then before we did this is when I really took my time to listen to all the others. So, I mean, I enjoyed it. And like I said, I'm preparing for like the concert when I go see them, just in case they play any of their old stuff.
Right. I could definitely see how RM and Yoongi could get influenced by them if they like them. I can hear that. For sure.
Yeah. And especially now, like, I think, especially with Tablo, they're close to him. Like, now that they have, like, a friendship and then, like, a mentorship with him. So it's really cool to see. But let me go ahead and get into, like, Epic High themselves before we play the game. So I don't sit here and keep rambling. Okay, so on to the group Epic High. So Epic High is a South Korean hip-hop trio that was formed all the way back in 2001 with 3 members, Tablo, Mithra, Jin, and DJ Two Cuts. So this is the oldest group that we have done so far, in case we do anything before them. But yeah, oldest group, 2001 is when they were formed.
Are there 4 of them?
No.
There's 3.
There's 3. Tablo. Okay. Mithra has 2 names. It's either Mithra or Mithra Jin.
Okay.
I think most people call him Mithra, but yes. And then DJ Two Cuts. Mm-hmm. And then at the time, they were under Woollim Entertainment, but their official like debut wasn't until 2003 in October with their first album, Map of the Soul. And fun fact, before I keep going, it is this year in October, it'll be their 20th anniversary as a group. So it's a very long time to be together and making music for any group, not even just them. In general. So congratulations to them. So their fandom name is called High School. And I guess they do have a fandom color, which is just the color black. I just put a question mark next to that because I'm not actually sure. And I couldn't find actually where they got the name Epic High either, but it's fine. Name's Epic High, fandom name is High School, and maybe not maybe their fandom color is black. So at the time when they were just getting started in South Korea specifically, hip hop was very unpopular, especially with the mainstream media. And the group was relatively like known as like the underground hip hop scene. So, and then when they were coming out, a lot of critics were saying that, you know, the general public they might not really make it in the general public because the little marketing for lyrically complex music that didn't really match the K-pop scene at the time. And I can't remember which K-pop groups they were like up against at that time. I think I saw in some of the articles mention TVXQ and groups of that era for older K-pop fans who would know better than I do. But they really didn't rise to fame until their third album, Swan Songs, which came out in 2007. And when they made that album, they actually made it to technically be their final album until the title track on there called Fly became really popular, soared to #1 on domestic charts, and really took the group off, saved them from bankruptcy and disbandment. And it was also featured in FIFA of 2007, as well as a game called Pump It Up. So I had to look up what that means. Just think of like a Korean version of like Dance Dance Revolution that you would find in arcade places. That's basically what Pump It Up was. And then this also led to the album getting a repackage called Black Swan Songs, with a bunch of remixes to the original album, Swan Songs. So the way I basically broke up the group's like history was through their labels, because they've moved labels a couple times, and you'll kind of see why that is once I explain it. But for the timeline, I broke it up between the labels they were under. So from 2003 until 2008, they were under Woollim Entertainment, and that's where they released the albums Map of the Soul, High Society, Remapping the Human Soul, Pieces Part 1, and Love Scream. From 2009 to 2010, they left Woollim Entertainment and actually joined the company Map of the Soul, which is a label that they actually created themselves, and it consisted of other artists as well, like MYK, Planet Shiver, and Dope 2. If y'all are into the Korean hip hop scene and know those names, I am so sorry and do not mean any disrespect. I know the name Dope 2 because I do listen to some Korean hip hop artists, and I've seen that name before as features. So, yeah. But under this label is where they release everything online listed it as a book album, but it was titled with the same name as the label. Well, they took out the of, so it was called Map the Soul. And Tableau said that this wasn't technically their official sixth album, but it was just like a special project that they did. And also under that label, they released their official sixth album, which is called E. Because it consists of 30 songs on 2 CDs. But if you look on it, I don't know about like Spotify, but I know on Apple Music, it's divided up into 2 albums because there's probably too many songs. They couldn't fit it on one. So if you go on Apple Music, it's like the letter E with brackets in it, and one is labeled Energy and the other is labeled Emotion. And then what also happened in 2009 is DJ Two Cuts enlisted in the military. So when he was gone, I'm sure they recorded this before he left. They released their 7th album called Epilogue. And then this is where I get confused because sources say under Woollim Entertainment, even though they left Woollim Entertainment. And then Apple Music says like under the copyright thing, it's Stone Music Entertainment. So I don't know if Stone Music is like one of those subsidiaries under Woollim that they have a lot nowadays, or what. I've heard of both, but I don't know if they have any connection to each other. But anyway, that's what it just says. So just know that Epilogue was released in 2010 when Two Cuts was in the military. So after the release of Epilogue, it was Mithra's turn to enlist in the military. So Tabel didn't have to go because even though he was born in South Korea, he has a Canadian citizenship. He actually grew up in Canada. And I'll talk about that a little bit more when I talk about the 3 members themselves. But when they were off to the military in 2011, Tableau joined YG Entertainment and actually released his first solo album, which is called Fever's End, on November 1st of 2011. And then after their 3-year of hiatus, when Mithra and Two Cuts came back from the military, Epik High as like a whole group ended up being signed to YG Entertainment. So they first released the digital album 99 with the lead tracks Don't Hate Me and Up features Park Bone from 21. And they actually did a lot when they were under YG Entertainment. So also on October 18, 2014, they released like the pre-single. They pre-released the single Born Hater, which I think is a pretty well-known song if you know Epik High, because it has a lot of features of like other rappers on there as well. And then it later appeared on their album Shoebox that came out on the 22nd of October. And then some other things they did when they were in YG was that in 2015, no, not 20. Yeah, I said that right. So some other things that they did under YG in 2015, they performed in SXSW in Austin, Texas. Now, I know that's a festival. I don't actually know what it stands for, but I've heard that festival before. I don't know if they also do that festival because I can't remember if that's something that's only in Texas or not. Anyway, they performed there, as well as in 2016 in April, they were the first Korean act ever to perform in Coachella. And I'm sure everyone knows what Coachella is. It's that like ginormous festival that is held every year in California where all the celebrities go. So if you get the chance to perform there, headliner or not, that's a huge deal for any type of musical act. And then also in 2017 is when they released their ninth studio album, We've Done Something Wonderful. So in 2018 is when they officially left YG Entertainment, and then they joined the company William Morris Endeavor. Now, I had never heard of this company before, so I did some research. So quickly, fun fact, apparently William Morris Endeavor, also known as WME, is actually an American talent agency founded back in 2009. And it's known as the oldest talent agency in the world. It was founded back in 1898 in New York. And then some famous celebrities that was signed under there is Charlie Chaplin in 1910, wow. Marilyn Monroe, and Elvis Presley. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, oh, jeez. Damn, this company got some history. And I think they're still under this company. I'm not actually sure. It still says present when I look up on like online. And then they also have their own label that they're under, which is called Ours Company or CO. So they've created 2 companies. It's pretty amazing. So under these 2 new labels is when they released their EP Sleepless In on March 11th in 2019, where it peaked at 8 on the Gaon chart, which is a domestic music chart in Korea. I don't know if this is still in existence because I know they're changing around a couple music charts and they're renaming them. So I don't know if the Gaon chart's actually still around. And then it hit number 6 on Billboard US World Album Chart. And then in 2022, they performed at Coachella again, which at the time made them the first Korean act to be invited back to the festival. But now I think it's them and Blackpink, because Blackpink also performed at Coachella in 2019 and they're performing there again this year. And they're actually going to be the first Korean act and I think girl group to headline Coachella. So congratulations to Blackpink. That's huge. So yeah. And then one more company that was listed was Rice Entertainment, which is apparently a Chinese entertainment company, but it only listed Tableau as being under that label and as a producer. So I'm not sure like what he does under there, but that was another one that I just happened to stumble upon that I guess he signed to in 2022. And it said the only other person that was under that label was Amber from FX, which is a K-pop group. Which we might do, I'm not sure. But yeah. So that's just like a small timeline, little history of Epik High. I didn't go into too much details, like I said. I did post some articles in the comments if you guys want to know a little bit more. But yeah, that's just the little basic facts. And then I'll just speed through the members just like real quick because the first 2 was literally not a lot. So first we have, I saved Tableau for last just because he is more well known. And then I did bring up the controversy that happened to him, that sometimes he used to avoid talking about it. And I think just recently he started to open up about it more. But again, I will get into that later. And yeah. So we'll start with DJ Two Cuts. His real name is Kim Jong-shik. I should put my disclaimer again, guys. Again, Korean. Not the best at it. Trying my best. Sorry if I mispronounce any names or words. So he was born in November 19th, 1981, and he is a Scorpio. So he is 41 years old. and he is their DJ, songwriter, and producer. So I don't actually know if you hear his voice at all in any of their music. I really think besides features, it's just Mithra and Tableau that actually like rap and sing on their songs. And the only thing I could just find about him was that he was married, or he's been married since 2009, and he has 2 children. Also, when he got married, he enlisted 2 days later. So, yeah, family man. Next, we have Mithra Jin, and his real name is Che Jin. He was born January 6, 1983, and he is a Capricorn. Macy, fellow Capricorn. That's 2 days before your birthday, right?
Yes. Because, unlike what I've said in the past, I'm not born on January 7th, it's January 8th. Oh, God.
And that makes him 40. So he's the youngest out of the 3. He is a rapper, singer, and a songwriter. So back in 2015, he married an actress named Kwon Da-hyun. I don't think I pronounced her name right. I am sorry. And they had a son back in 2021. And then just the thing I happened to stumble upon is that he used to be in a hip hop group called K Riders with a Y from 2000 to 2002. And then last but certainly not least, we have Tableau, who is the oldest out of the group, and he is their leader. His real name is Daniel. I'm going to mispronounce your middle name, Tableau. I'm so sorry. Daniel Armand Lee or Yi Son Ung. He was born July 22nd, 1980. So he's 42 and he is a Cancer. And like I said earlier, he was born in Korea, Seoul, South Korea, but he moved to Canada when he was young. I think they said about like around 8 years old, just a young child, basically. And he got married back in 2009 as well to a famous actress named Kang Hye Jung. And they have a daughter together named Haru. If you ever hear Tableau talks, he like loves his child, which I love. Haru seems really cool. Sometimes when he tells stories about Haru, I'm like, damn, I want to be her when I grow up. And she's actually a little bit like well known as well in Korea because they both used to be on that one show of famous people with children called Return to Superman back in 2013. So I did briefly write about his controversy that he went through. Honestly, this kind of shocked me. It's really sad too. So basically he went to Stanford, like university. He went to school there and he graduated with a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. And he finished pretty early. So like really quickly, a brief thing I wrote that I got from one of the websites was like this. They said, in quotes, this would later be refuted by the Korean public, as hip hop at this time was considered to be for the uneducated and rough and tough people. And this made Tableau go through extraordinary efforts to provide proof of his education. And it rose to a point that Tableau's entire existence was being questioned as he was labeled a fraud. So I actually read this morning, which is what I was trying to catch up on. I briefly summarized it, but I found a Stanford article and I listened to this one podcast that he recently did, I think either in 2021 or 2022. It's a Vice series that's under iHeartRadio. If you research it, it's called Authentic, The Story of Tableau. It's about 10 episodes each, between 30 and 40 minutes. So if you listen to podcasts, obviously you guys are listening to us, and you're curious about the story because they go into depth, not only just about like what happened, but what led up to it. So like his family background. small history of like Epik High, things of like that. It's very interesting. I'm only on episode 2, but there's that in the article that I briefly wrote about, again, published by Stanford themselves. So I guess when this first started back in 2010, Korea was going through like this interesting streak of finding out that people were faking their diplomas. Like people saying they had like certain degrees and like PhDs, they're finding out they didn't actually have these or that they faked them. Which is interesting because I'm sure Macy's not aware because like she just said, she's not really on social media like that. They're going through kind of like the same thing with the military where I don't remember this guy's name and if he's just a rapper or if he was part of a group, but someone as well as many others are getting caught like faking medical documentation so they can be exempt from the military, which is like a huge, like terrible scandal there. Because there are real life people that actually do have medical issues to where they can't serve. And then you have people, I'm not getting into this because this goes into the whole thing about like seeing the controversy of like mandatory enlistment itself. But just know at the moment in 2023, there's a huge scandal that's happening with people faking documentations to be exempt from the military. And then an example they actually gave for all this starting to happen, that it began in 2007 where there was a chief curator at an art museum in Seoul that was found that she fabricated her Yale PhD. And then Yale themselves couldn't like confirm that she actually went there to get a degree. And she actually served jail time for it, up to 18 months for forgery charges. And like, I guess that started like a whole nationwide of like looking for other people like celebrities, politicians. They said even a monk, which I didn't know monks went and got educations, but they found about like 120 cases of diploma fraud. A monk kind of threw me off. I'm like, a monk? But sure. Yeah, they were just finding a bunch of people that were lying about having degrees when they didn't. And then at this time, Tablo was going on a lot of like Korean television shows, to just like promote not only himself, but like Epik High as a group themselves. And I guess they were starting to ask him a lot about like his credentials because he said he not only graduated from Stanford in 3.5 years, but he also received, a bachelor's and a master's degree at the same time, which I don't know how the schooling system works in Korea, but that's not uncommon here, especially like if you join certain programs. Like there are programs in colleges where they can help you graduate faster. Depends on like what type of credit you take or like what you're actually studying for. I know for me personally, when I was in high school, there was a program to where I was able to be in high school as well as take like college classes to where I can get my associate's degree. I didn't finish, but I know there was tons of like classmates that when they got their high school diploma, they also got their associate's degree to where they can get their bachelor's quicker and things like that. But basically after that whole thing, like a whole online forum was basically created, and I put in quotes, to find the truth about Tablo's education credentials. And even after he was like putting out all these things to like prove like, I actually went here and here are people here that are teaching to back me up, you would think it would have stopped, but it actually got worse to the point like people were not only harassing Tablo, they were harassing his family, like his mom, his siblings, his wife. And like it got to a point where people were questioning Tablo's like identity. Like they weren't even saying he was a real person. They were saying he was an imposter, stole Daniel Lee's identity, and not trying to be funny, but like they tried to Avril Lavigne him. And if y'all don't know who Avril Lavigne is, she is a early 2000s, famous pop punk singer. And like there's always been like online conspiracies where like the real Avril Lavigne died and like whoever's pretending to be Avril Lavigne now isn't really her. So like they tried to do that to Tablo. I'm like, are you serious? So that was wild to me. And then I also put, I think when I was reading that article, that might have been one of the reasons why he left Woolham Entertainment, because it did seem like what I was reading, they weren't really like not only not talking about what was happening to him, but like not really backing him up as well. So
it's super weird.
I
don't really understand why people care, but okay.
you know, again, this goes to my thing earlier. If people just need to leave other people alone, it's just wild. And then like how small Korea already is, like once one thing starts and you get enough people talking about it, it just like turns literally a molehill into a mountain. Did I say that right?
Yeah. I guess so.
One of those phrases. It was just like one small fire ended up burning like 1/4 of the country.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure there's more about it, which I'm going to listen to in the podcast. Again, if you want to learn more, I link the actual article in the description, and I would advise you to search up the podcast. What do you think about that so far, though, Macy, of what I just told you?
I don't know. I think it's silly that people even care, and like how it spiraled, like even after giving proof. Like, if the school says he got it, you know? Like,
yeah, no, they're really trying to bring this man down. For what reason? I'm not sure. And it's like, I know when I was reading and hearing, a lot of it was because he was not only just a musician, but like a hip hop artist. Now, Tablo is Korean, so I don't know if saying this is like racism is the right word, but it's this weird prejudice against the category of hip hop itself, knowing where hip hop comes from and the people that created hip hop, aka people that look like me, that I also have a problem with and that I'm side-eyeing, that y'all don't believe this man had a higher education just because he was a rapper and a hip hop artist.
Yeah, stupid.
So again, I don't know what the correct word for that would be, but that definitely has me side-eyeing that whole situation. So, but anyway, we'll go on to some happier news before we start playing the game. Just know that Tablo is a writer. He actually published a few things. So he published a thing called Pieces of You. I was going to say book, but I'm not sure if this is an actual book or not. Back in 2008, which is a collection of stories written by Tablo, and then Blow Note in 2016. Another reason why I kind of actually started listening to Epik High and trying to get into them was because he also had a podcast on Dive Studios called the Tablo Podcast from 2019 to 2021. I really missed the Tablo podcast. Tablo seems like a really cool dude. He's very funny. I love the stories he would talk about with his members, especially DJ Two Cuts, because I can't even explain it. I might actually have to go back and just listen to them for the memories, but it was just funny. So if you want to learn more about Tablo, because he also talks about a lot about his early life, I would suggest the Tablo podcast. Recently, he featured in Namjoon's solo album Indigo on the song All Day, which I am obsessed with. I'm pretty sure that's my new obsession. I've been playing that song almost every day. God, I love his verse on that. I love that song. And then recently, on February 23rd of this year, he was a guest appearance on Suga's little YouTube series that he does, a little drinking show called Suchitwa. And it was just really cute. It was really nice seeing like them talk. You can tell that they're actually friends, like in real life. I just felt like I was watching two friends talking, not only just friends, but just like a mentor and mentee getting together, just knowing how much Suga really looks up to Tablo and Epik High. He mentioned it also in the show, but you can see it as well. Just some things I like wrote about it is like at the beginning, it was really funny because Tablo brought like this little tiny tan thing of Suga, and he like asked him if he could sign it. And it was funny because Suga was trying to open it. He's like, no, don't open it. Just to sign the box. Don't do it. If you know 80 collectors, you know you do not open the box. But he's like, once he signed it, he's like, okay, that's all I came for. Thanks. Bye. He's like, oh, so you're going to leave? He's like, yeah. Again, he just Suga talked about like being in the Epic High fan club, especially back in like high school, and just the relationship together. The new album that just came out, which is called Strawberry, which we did choose as one of our albums. And then at the end, there was a little credit, especially going online, that was really funny, where they wrapped up and then Yoongi told him, he's like, do you want to go hang out? I'm about to go meet up with another friend to go have drinks. And Table's like, I can't. I have to help Haru with her homework. And then Yoongi kind of made like a face, and you kind of hear the staff laughing in the background. And Table's like, you haven't heard that word homework in a while, have you? It's like, they'll call him out. But it was also funny. So yes, I would encourage you guys to go watch that. It was very heartwarming. I just can't really explain it, but I enjoyed it. Yeah, so those are my facts. And then just real quick, just because I want to respect Epic High, even though we're only doing 7 albums, I did go through and listen to all of them. So I just wanted to shout out the ones I enjoyed. And then we'll start the game.
Okay.
So, and then these are just my opinions. These are just the ones that I like that stood out to me. So for Map of the Human Soul that came out in 2003, I really enjoyed I Remembered featuring Kenzie, Axe the Sky featuring Dynamic Duo, and Street Lovin' featuring Jusuk. Sure. High Society, which came out in 2004. I really enjoyed High School, Lesson 2, parentheses, The Sunset, Lady. Oh God, this one's in Korean. Hang on. Pihae Mangsang Part 3 featuring TBNY. I can never say the numbers in Korean when they're written out as numbers. Hang on. Is it the Sino or is the native? I'm gonna just say the English and then I'm sorry. So it's 11 wool. I think it's Il, so it might be Ship Il Wool and Il featuring Kim Jae-suk. Duturo. Open Mic featuring Eun Ji-woon, TBNY, Tweak, and Dynamic Duo. And Thuy Dam Hwa. And then I just listened to Black Swan songs. The repackage, which came out in 2006. So that one I enjoyed. Lesson 3 MC. Fly, which is the one that made them become popular. And this is also the same song that like the very last line of All Day with him and RM, they referenced this song as a shout out. You gotta be feeling. We know we fly all day. Ride, Let It Rain. Doshiga, Nunul, Hamja, Onan EU, Follow the Flow, Swan Song, and Sajin Chom. Pieces Part 1 that came out in 2008. I enjoyed B, Breakdown, one featuring Jisun, Girl featuring Jinbo, The Feature featuring Yankee and Nakwa. Love Scream that came out in 2008. I enjoyed Fallen featuring Cho Ye Jin. Ilboon, Il Cho featuring Tara. Map the Soul, which came out in 2009. I enjoyed Cypher featuring Beatbox DG. Map the Soul featuring MYK, and both versions because they released a Korean version and like what they called it a worldwide version, which is like all in English, but I enjoyed both of them. They had a little skit on there that was called Customer Service, which was really funny, so I had to put it on there. Top Gun, Free Music with Tableau and MYK, and 8x8 Part 2 featuring MYK, Mino. God, I cannot pronounce some of these names. I'm so sorry. Paulo Lotto, The Quiet, Verbal Gent. Now I think my autocorrect messed up on some of these names and I didn't go and fix it. So I don't actually know. What is it? Is it Kibi? Oh God. Man. Another artist, and Simon Dominic. Energy that came out in 2009. I enjoyed the Sensitive Thug skit. That one actually had me crying. That was very funny. Rocksteady featuring Kura One, Dumbfounded, MYK. and Raka, and there's also a Korean version of that as well. Malo Men, Shopaholic, Supreme 100, High School Dropout, which is basically like a remix version of High School from their second album, High Society, and Lesson 4, Tableau's Words, Emotion, Slow Motion, Maze with Dumbfounded and MYK, Excuses featuring MYK, and Breathe, which is Mithra's Words featuring Han Hee Jung. Epilogue that came out in 2010. I enjoyed Run, Pabo featuring Bumkey, Wordkill, Chaboom. I'm not saying that word. Chaboom. Sure. And Coffee featuring Song Ah. Tableau's solo album Fever's End that came out in 2011. I enjoyed Home, The Tide, Try, and Trace. And then their digital album that came out in 2012, which is 99, Don't Hate Me, Wrong, You Don't Deserve Her, featuring, I think it's Gecko, The Bad Guy, and Kill This Love. Oh God, I'm done. That was a struggle. Okay. Let's get on to the actual game. Do you remember the point system, AC? Because I don't.
I think on the list is 10, the right number is 20, and number 1 is 30, and then all in the right order is 100.
Which I got once, and I probably will not get ever again.
Right? I mean, there is one album that only has 5 songs, so the chances are high.
That's true. Okay, so I said we're doing 7. Technically, with remapping the human soul, we broke it up into 2 since it's like 2 CDs. So we're doing like first side A.
Wait a second.
What?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Did you tell me?
I sent you the list. I did. Did you not get it, Macy? That is one of the ones I sent you, because that's the one I said we're going to break it up into 2.
I did not read that.
I sent you the picture as well.
You sent me the picture?
I did. Remapping the human soul. Or remapping...
Well, you sent me the picture of the albums, but...
Yeah.
I did that as 1.
So you did it as one full thing and didn't break it up into 2?
Yeah.
Okay, did you do 5 of them then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I see that now, but... You just sent me the one picture, so... I didn't...
Yeah, since it was long, I figured we'd do
there's
1.
Like 27 songs, but
yeah, 1 to 13, and then...
I just did it as 1.
Okay, how should we do that then?
I don't know.
Because I split them up.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I guess just...
I almost texted you. I'm like, why? Oh, you were only doing 7 this time. I did not read that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that.
So you only did 5 for me, you chose 5?
Yeah, because, like, a couple of them don't even have words. It's just instrumentals. So it's like, I didn't pick any of those.
Well, I mean, I didn't either. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm going to have to condense them.
I'm sorry. That's my bad for not reading the message under it. I just saved all the pictures, like, and started, you know.
That's okay. So I'm gonna have to... Hang on. Okay, guys, sorry. We had to take like a little intermission just because we messed up a little, so I had to change my list. Yeah, I guess Macy didn't see I wanted to split up remapping the human soul, so I had to quickly condense the 10 I chose to 5. But it's fine. It's fine. So how do we want to do this? As far as the guessing, I know I'll reveal last. So, do you want to guess for me first, and then I guess yours, and then you reveal, then I reveal?
Yeah, it's usually how we do it. Whoever's
okay
talking about it.
Okay. Okay, so I will go first for yours. Just now trying to condense this. I have no hope. I already said this earlier, but still. So for your number 5, oh, no, I already said it.
Did you say it? The name of the album?
I did, like 3 times. The first album that we are doing is Remapping the Human Soul that came out in 2007. I did not write down any lead songs for any of these because I just don't know. And it was hard for me to find. But the first one we're doing right now is Remapping the Human Soul. Okay, I will go first. So for your number 5, I chose Fan. Number 4, I put Flow. 3, Mr. Doctor. 2 is a Korean one, which is Komi Jewel. You should know that one because it's said multiple times in Stray Kids. In this Venom song, it means spider web. Mm-hmm. And then your number 1, I chose Love, Love, Love.
Okay. For your number 5, I put Mr. Doctor. For number 4, I put Still Life. Number 3, Runaway. Number 2, Fan. And I put number 1 as Girl Rock.
Okay. This is going to be very interesting. So tell me what your 5 are on this one.
My number 5 is Nocturne.
Yeah. 어느새 밤이 멎은 숨을 쉬어 새벽별은 춤을 춰 어둠이 도시 숲을 삼키고 폭풍에 검은 눈을 떠 벌써 골목길에 숨은 저 도둑 고양이들조차 쓰리쓴 웃음 저 어느 교차로 중간에 휘어진 가로등 아래 며칠 고인 빗물조차 곧바로 증발해 이 순간에 같은 달을 보며 어느 남편은 귀갓길에서 차를 돌려 그를 기다리며
See, I have that on your one when I did side A and side B.
Sorry.
No, you're not. What's your number 4?
I am. Number 4 is Fan.
멀리서 저 멀리서 좀이 되어가 어디에서 내볼 수 있을까 가질 수가 없어 내 머릿속에서라도 만질 수가 없어 그저 헛된 꿈이라도 말할 수가 없어 멀리서 숨어서라도 널 사랑한다고 내가 누군지는 몰라도 내 머릿속에서라도 만질 수가 없어 그저 헛된 꿈이라도 말할 수가 없어 멀리서 숨어서라도 널 사랑한다고 내가 누군지는 몰라도 오늘은 왜 웃지 않고
Okay, well, at least I put that on your list.
Number 3 is Love, Love, Love.
사랑했는데 왜 내 몸과 맘을 다 줬는데 모든 걸 잃어버렸는데 어떡해 Nobody knows Don't stop Here we go Don't stop
Damn it!
Number 2 is Girl Rock.
경계와 양심은 거래를 가지네
난 모르잖아
Wanna know your name girl
너도 똑같잖아
I'm not the same girl
Boy 난 모르잖아
It's not a game girl
난 아름답지 않아
Come on girl
웃게 하진 못해도 울게 하진 않을게
Come on girl come rock my world
Again, I had that on your list for the other one. And I quickly had to take it off.
And number 1 is Runaway.
서지 못하면 끝이야 너를 향해 손 내미는 유혹 앞에 성을 세워 절대 조금도 늦지 마 오직 너만 바라보고 달려가라 바로 잡힌 지금 흐름을 끊지 마첫 번째 두 번째 세 번째 확실한 믿음의 열정을 보태 많은 성과 네 번째 다섯 번째 마지막 네 평과 적과 선과 악의 중심에 선다 첫 번째 두 번째 세 번째 확실한 믿음의 열정을 보태 많은 성과 네 번째 다섯 번째 마지막 네 평과 적과 선과 악의 중심에 선다
Sorry, I'm trying to calculate which ones I actually had on there on this new list. Okay. Okay, so this new revised version, number 5, it's one of the Korean ones. Shiro Jung.
슬픈지 몰라 슬퍼하지 못하는 게 얼마나 슬픈지 몰라 너조차 내가 좋은 게 아니야 그저 바라보는 건 날 보는 게 아니야 Nobody understands me 아무도 듣지 않는 목소리 듣지 못한 목소리
소리쳤어 목청
터져라 외쳐봐도
눈물 속에 맺힌 소리
Nobody understands me 아무도 듣지 않는 목소리 듣지 못한 목소리
소리쳤어 목청
터져라 외쳐봐도
눈물 속에 맺힌 스토리
어쩌네
Number 4 is where I put Girl Rock.
줄게 많진 않아도 절대 빼진 않을게
그냥 아무것도 묻지를 말고 내 손을 잡아 거래를 원했다면 처음부터 몸을 감아 하지만 혼을 팔아 널 안고 싶지 않아 넌 아직 내 마음도 모르잖아 내가 패인 가슴을 기쁨에 웃게 상처난 마음을 치유해줄게 세상으로부터 부는 바람에
3 is where I had Mr. Doctor.
신도 잠을 찬 수혈의 상징 흰 벽과 천장 안에 피로 그린 자유의 도면을 펼쳐 현상하네
벽에 적힌 낙서 못 볼 것을 봤어 갈 때까지 갔어 닥쳐 Mr. Doctor 벽에 적힌 낙서 못 볼 것을 봤어 갈 때까지 갔어
2, I had another Korean one. It was titled Son Ko Pyo.
다시 마주치지 말자 난 행복해 근데 사랑은 향기를 남기고 가 벌써 그녀가 너무 보고 싶다 정말 사랑했나봐 그래 너의 뒤에서 후회한다 친구라도 될 걸 그랬어
사랑하긴 했던 걸까 그저 장난이었던 건 아닐까 우리가 노래하던 이별 얘기들 가사처럼 기억도 잊혀져갔다
And my number 1, I had Flow.
음모론들은 인터넷 모모글은 웃어 넘겨 단숨에 너란 초를 끄는 네 앨범 가사 집에 코를 푸는 타자 앞에 호구들은 Get the fuck out
Yes, I'm a criminal on TV and radio. Contact on my video, it's my flow. Yes, I'm a criminal on TV and radio. Contact on my video, it's my flow.
Okay. Well, I didn't do very good on that.
This is going to be an interesting game. I feel like we might get, well, I don't know if we'll get another tie, but this is on Eric Nom level.
Yeah.
Okay, so our next album is Shoebox, which came out in 2014. So for yours, I put your number 5 as We Fight Ourselves. 4, I don't know how to pronounce this. Is it Amor Fati?
I guess so.
Okay, I put that for your number 4. 3, I put Rich. 2, Born Hater. And 1, Happen Ending. So it's not happy ending, it's happen ending.
For your number 5, I put Happen Ending. Number 4, I put Rich. Number 3, I put Born Hater. Number 2, Shoebox. And number 1, I put Berg Khalifa. That's what I think how you
I
say
have
that.
no idea how to pronounce that either. Sure.
I don't know. I struggled with this one.
Okay. I struggled through all of this, especially in their later
I struggled
ones.
with all of them. Let's be honest. Yeah.
I was like, this one, I don't know. All right. Well, tell me your actual list.
My number 5 is Rich.
돈 꾸면서도 살 건 사는데 꿈꾸면서 사는 건 아까운지 답을 찾지 where your pocket is Baby you don't even know what the problem is 너의 bucket list는 shopping list But the life you miss 기억은 없어도 인증샷은 is 고픈 건 참아도 아픈 건 싫대 그 배는 유행가처럼 쉽게 부르고 빨리 꺼지네 I wish My drive rules everything around me. Dream.
Okay, well, at least it was on there, but it's a lot lower than I thought.
I actually had Amor Fati first, and then I switched out for Rich.
So is Amor Fati on your list or no?
No, it was my number 5, and then I decided I liked Rich more, so I swapped it out.
God damn it! Well, what's your number 4 then? Because I put that as your number 4.
Number 4 is We Fight Ourselves.
어느 날에게 이겨도지는 건데 우린 끝까지 같았어
미쳤냐고 이젠 지쳤다고 정말 끝이라고 말할 때 가장 너다워 그게 너다워
내가 냈어
그만하자며 정말 죽겠다며 예전 같지 않은 야위 모습이 이제 너다워 I'm sorry.
I put that as your 5.
Number 3, I put Eyes, Nose, Lips.
One day you'll know too much of heaven's ascent. After the show, it's only hell that it brings. So take it slow and let time heal everything. They say that time flies, but you keep breaking its wings. You'll never fade. Fade to black. Please fade. Fade to black. But the nightmares come back because your eyes, nose, lips, every look and every breath, every kiss still got me dying. Still got me crying. Because your eyes, nose, lips, every look and every breath, every kiss still got me dying. Still got me crying. You wish me well.
I didn't know if you would like that or not. That's actually one of their very popular songs, so I should have expected it, but I didn't. Okay.
Number 2, I put Encore.
세상은 말했지 the show's over 맹소와 조소다 못 들은 척 and I came through 여전히 불타는 내 적들의 hate도 내 예술의 땔감 so fuck you and thank you curtain call 발밑에 장미 아닌 화살 but I'll never fall come on 한숨만 쉬고 언제나 하늘 탓을 하며 땅을 치고
And number 1, I put Shoebox.
삶이 멈출 때 Babe I'm coming home 잠시만 기다리면 문 앞에 서 있을게 You won't ever be alone 늦으면 눈 뜰 때 너의 곁에 누워 있을게
처처와 막차 그 사이는 없지 직장이란 제밥 이제 자리를 걷지 365일 고인 땀은 널 위해서 알잖아 내가 어찌 하루 버리겠어 I'm coming home 늦을 수도 있지만 집을 향해 흘러가는 이 시간 이 한적함이 세상의 유일한 완전한 peace
Okay, I'm doing exactly how I thought I would, which is awful.
The only problem I have with Encores, it's why is it the first song? It shouldn't be the first song.
I don't make up the list, okay? Ask that to Tableau.
Right? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't it make sense?
Because Encore comes like later in the set, like near the end.
Oh, so you're thinking literal about it.
Yeah.
Don't think too much about it, Macy.
But if you have a song
Just-
called Encore, you're missing an
Just
opportunity by putting
enjoy
it
the process. Maybe this is one of those things, especially with Epik High. I didn't say this earlier. I do think this is one of the things where like they talk so much about like deep meanings. I do feel like I need to later on. Well, I want to personally like research the lyrics like I do with BTS songs. So maybe somewhere in the lyrics that we're missing, since we don't know that much Korean, that's why it's first.
Yeah.
But anyway. Damn. Damn. Okay. So for my list, number 5, I had Born Hater.
I'm a born hater 달리 뱀 피카소 난 벨라스케즈 밀레 엘 fucking Greco 내 echo VJ의 감성 shit 다 보기 편 blow 내 아류 문화생 shit 내 원래 성격은 이렇게 나와 문제 하나 없어도 fuck 'em So I understand when I attack 하는지 그 남자다운 척해 why you act like a bitch 바지 벗고 시원하게 갈라면가 타진여도 귀여워 I'm trying to love ya 어울리잖아 뭔가 내 역설적인 삶과 무한대를 그려주려 쓰러진 팔자 너의 그 무익한 열등감 나는 무수히 붙어봤자 네 손에 돌 떨어진 그 사고는 네 분주히
Number 4, I had the Amour Fatigue. I actually really like that.
내 침대 밑에 dirty magazine I'm in trouble 우린 완벽히 맞는 조각돌 다른 puzzle Fuck 신성하지 않은 세상이 신성시하는 것들 They cannot change me Nothing can save me
You try to run away from the world, but then you run away from yourself, and you don't
나를 믿어 눈에 보이는 이 순간을 믿어
the way home.
이 숫자를 믿어 But they call me a non-believer
You try to run away from the world, but then you.
Number 3, I had Lesson 5, which in parentheses, they also had Timeline.
모든 죄를 정당화시키지
방위도
살인도
괜찮아 never guilty
옳고 그름을 갈망하는 맘의 이간질이 회색이 흙과 백
숫가제가 될 때까지 부추기지
어둠 속에 선다 길치
애초부터 눈먼 자가 왕 목마른 세상에겐 사약도 물 안 죽이지
병을 주는 지식 내가 암
We got no answers, 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 we got no answers. My timeline's blowing up today. We got no answers, 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 we got no answers. Classes in session. 한 사람의 시는
한 사람의 외설적인 신음
Number 2 is actually where I have Happen Ending. Actually really like that song.
사랑 따위 거룩해봤자 그저 본능 웃겨 인간과 짐승을 나누는 게 인간의 짐승 만드는 게
이번은 다르다고 매번 날 속여봐도 어김없이 언제나 그랬듯이 끝나겠지 사랑을 하는 건지 이별은 하려고 만나는 건지 또다시 날 찾아온 happy ending
I actually had it for my number 1, and then when I was re-listening, I switched it. So you did get the number 1, which is the
Yeah.
or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Burj Khalifa. I
Burj
think
Khalifa. Sure.
They say it at one point.
They say the Khalifa part.
They do say
Khalifa.
they say I swear they say Berg first. Though.
Okay. Anyway, yes.
Because I re-listened to that part because I heard the Khalifa part. I'm like, how do you say this?
My high is epic. I really enjoyed that one.
경찰과 소방과 신부와 퇴마사 싹 다 불러내 지금 Cause I'm back Fuck competition We gon' keep puff no passing I'm born fly No 공항 fashion 환자 복과 lingo 공항 patient 난 sick ill dope Like the combination of a big pill coke 멀리 novocaine 선이게 epic hot 약 빨고 맞는 노래 recognize Bird
Khalifa 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 하늘이 파라래
I'm here to get you high again
What's up in the sky man I'm feeling so high
죽어도 안 떨어지는 약파
Up in the sky man I'm feeling so high
my high is epic
Okay, guess who's back? King El Chapo 이번엔 한번 모두가
Okay, you
벅차버리는
good with your calculations?
Yep.
Okay. Next, we have the next album, which came out in 2017, titled We've Done Something Wonderful. Child, this one I struggled with, I think, the most. No, that's a lie. I struggled with all of this. So for number 5, for you, I put Here Comes the Regret. 4, I put Love Story. 3, Bleed. 2, The Benefit of Heartbreak. And one for you, I put Munbae Dong.
So for you, I put your number 5 as the Moon Bay Dong one. Number 4, I put Lost One. Number 3, People Scare Me. 2, Bleed. And I put number 1 as No Thanks. I'm not really sure about that. But
This is why I put AKA Listen to Simone Lose.
oh. Okay.
What is your list, Macy?
So my number 5 is Moon Bay Dong, which puts my number 1.
잊고 있어 내면 연식이나 시간 참 빨라 도착할 때가 되니 벌써 짐을 삼키네 저 건물 모퉁이를 돌아서면 그 자리인데 줄 지은 가로수 텅 빈 벤치 몇 개 사랑에 속삭이는 연인들과 매끄럽게 정리된 보도블록 내게만 낯선 저 풍경이 서 있었지 내 추억을 밟고서 영원한 건 없기에 언젠가는 나 역시 무심한 세월에 저편에서 서서히 먼지 덮여가겠지 날 기억하겠지
여긴지 저긴지 어딜 가야 나의 길인지 Cause I wanna go back Man, things done changed
You got a lot of mine, just not in the right order.
Just not in the right order? Okay. Hopefully that'll help me. All right.
Number 4 is Bleed.
가사 한 줄 적는데 며칠 밤을 새 할 말이 넘치던 10년 전과는 다르게 갈수록 하고 싶은 말과 해도 되는 말이 줄고 기대와 무거운 책임감만 다르네 지금 내 현주소는 절벽 위번지 공포에 질려 있다 물고 떨어지던지 왜 마디 비명조차 아름답게 질러야 할 때야 참 그림 내 밑바닥에서 탑을 쌓던 때가
가진 게 없어 했던 그때와 뺏길까봐 하는 지금 잃을 게 없던 그때와 잃은 게 더 많은 지금을 바랬던 그때와 그때를 바라는 지금 Man it's killing my vibe and tripping up my rhythm
Number 3 is Here Comes the Regrets.
Crazy. I know. Here come the regret. Here come the regret. Here comes the I wish I had done it. I wish I had said it. I wish that I could take it all back. Here come the regret. Here come the regret. Here comes the I wish I had done it. I wish I had said it. I wish that I could take it all back. Here comes the
And I had that lower too, and I don't know why I moved it. Actually, I think I originally put that as your number 1, but then I changed it.
Number 2 is Love Story.
너와 내 두 손이 처음 보게 졌던 날 감사했어 한평생 무수한 걸 짚고 무너뜨렸을 네 손이 내 손에 정착한 것을 기억나 네가 가족사를 들려준 밤 그건 나만 아는 너 한 조각 주고픈 마음 비가 와 이불 밑에서 넌 내 몸을 지붕 삼아 이 세상의 모든 비를 피했어 더 기억나 네가 없는 첫 아침도 저 참다 끝내 무너진 그 순간을 한참 울었거든 샤워실에서 비누에 붙은 너의 머리카락을 떼며
가진 게 없던 내게 네가 준 상처 덕분에 나도 주인공이 돼보내기로 sad love story 별 볼 일 없던 내게 네가 준 이별 덕분에 나도 주인공이 돼보내기로 sad love story in this sad
가랑비 같은 슬픔이라 위로
And number 1 is The Benefits of the Heartbreak.
깜빡거리는 신호등 굴러다니는 낙엽도 할 일 하는데 난 왜 이럴까 그대가 없는 밤들도 반짝거리고 가을도 봄이 될 텐데 난 왜 이럴까 왜 사는 걸까
소파에 누워서 TV를 켜버렸어 30분째 꾸준 채널만 돌리면서 던져둔 폰에 올리는
Okay, so I literally had all the songs. I just put them in the like worst order. Damn it. Okay, I'm a little bit proud that I at least got them all. I just didn't have them in the right order. So I'll give myself a pat on the back of that. Again, nothing will beat the Got 7 one where I literally had them all and I had it reversed.
Right.
Okay, so for mine. So for my number 5, I put Here Come the Regret.
Where was I? What did I do? Who it? When did I get here and why? Man, I'm clueless.
Regrets.
I got a few thousand. I blame the city, blame the view.
The music's too damn loud and
Look around, look inside and out back. Smile at the world, get a frown back. It's me, the whole fucking town's mad.
full of rap fuckers and no mousetrap.
I found that
It's a sound fact. If you put your money where your mouth at,
you're either gonna choke or be a mute.
I'd rather put my soul in a brown bag.
Gotta know you up there, girl. Gotta know you up there.
Gotta know you up there.
Gotta know you up there.
Gotta know you up there. But I needed you down here.
Number 4, I had Us Against the World.
소중했던 friends. 우리 동네가 세상의 전부였을 땐 우린 친구잖아 man. 미안하단 말은 말아 man. No matter what you do I'll understand. It's us against the world. 세상에게 당할 때 사랑에게 버림받을 때 언제나 옆에 있던 나의 friends. It's us against the world.
돌아가고 싶어 철없던 그때 책임보다 책가방이 무거웠을 때 어렸을 땐 공안하면 행복했는데 어른들은 공을 들여 행복을 뺐네 해가 바뀔 때마다 늘어가는 전화 번호들과 인사 대신 주고받는 명함 글 속엔 없지 창문 밖에서 내 이름 외쳐대던 친구들이 주던 평화 이젠 어깨 위에
3, I had The Benefits of Heartbreak. I also really enjoyed that.
던져둔 폰에 울리는 전화벨 소리 누구든 상관없지 약속 잡고서 밖에 나갈 준비를 해 지금은 11시 반 예전에는 잠들 시간 요즘은 여기저기서 불러 다니지 난 바쁜 일상 오랜만이라서 반가워 정신없는 하루 불안정함이 나타워 이렇게 써도 항상 남는 게 시간인지 감정인지 오늘과 같을래 솔직히 난 두려워 아무리 채워봐도 텅 빈 마음뿐이어서
깜빡거리는 신호등 굴러다니는 낙엽도
And you got 2 and 1. So 2, I did have Bleed.
doesn't kill me only makes me bloody so I just bleed on this break beat spit another 16
난 내 가슴이 밤으로 채워져도 반드시 해 갔더니 It goes on and on
only makes me bloody so I just bleed on this break beat spit another 16
난 내 가슴이 밤으로 채워져도 반드시 해 갔더니 It goes on and on
I feel sorry for my fans Loving me is hard 내 굴곡진 인생 함께 걷는 거니까 내가 밟는 땅만 꺼지는데 날 지키는 것보다 버리는 게 더 쉬울 때 You are here with me through the rise and falls Here's my heart, here's my blood I'ma give you my all 너와 내 미소는 항상 피기도 전에 시들지 맘못 핀 꽃도 모여
And 1, I had No Thanks.
내가 네 안주거리지만 내가 너그 상상 너그 선생 아니듯이 너그들이 누구 평가하고 하면 띠고 내 사생활이 궁금하면 니꺼 내 엄마의 새끼야 알겠어
Hey, my own fucking business 너는 내 걱정 안 해도 돼 부러우면 그냥 부럽다고 말해도 돼 네가 신경 안 써줘도 나는 잘 지내거든 Don't you worry about me No I'm fly motherfucker baby Never give a fuck about a thing 그게 나에 관한 거라면 더욱더 no thanks Baby never give a fuck about a thing 내 걱정은 no thanks yeah.
경쟁은 관심 밖 돌린 눈과 귀 틈만 나면 찾고 있네 다음 휴가지 나이 들어
Especially when I first listened to that album, that one was my favorite. It's still considered my favorite. And fun fact about No Thanks, just recently, back in January on Twitter, Tableau confirmed himself because there is like this tweet that was saying like random facts of BTS you didn't know. So it was confirmed like at the very end of that song, No Thanks, there are 3 like famous like I put cameos, but like appearances of like voices. So the first one is Psy.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is Yankee. And guess who the third one is? Macy. I just said it's a BTS member.
I'm gonna assume Suga or RM.
Yes. It's Suga. It's our Yoongi.
Youngie.
my life Let me live it how I want it 내 걱정은 no thanks 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 I am
So yeah. And then for one of my shout outs, I did put People Scare Me. So I actually almost did put People Scare Me on my list. But yeah, I don't remember what I replaced it with. Just shout out to that song because just like the title as well, people actually do scare me.
Right?
I am an introvert for a reason.
I honestly just put that song on there because I knew that we are on the same page about people being scary.
Okay, so the next one, which actually might be one of my favorite ones. I really do enjoy this mini EP. It is Sleepless In that came out in 2019. So, your number 5, I put In Soul. 4, I put Love Drunk. 3, Rain Again Tomorrow. 2, No Difference. And 1, I just went with Eternal Sunshine. I didn't know if you knew that Suga helped produce that, so I was trying to be like, oh, maybe, her bias will come through, but I don't know. I'm probably wrong.
Is it Rain Again Tomorrow or Rain Again Today?
It's Rain Again Tomorrow.
It is?
Yes. It's Rain Again Tomorrow, Macy.
Why do I always... It's not an episode if I don't get at least one of the song titles
One of the song titles wrong. It is Rain
Why do I just make up words in my head?
I don't know. I was like, why is she look confused? Did she not hear me?
All right.
Okay, what did you think mine were after that little mishap?
So for your number 5, I put Rain Again Tomorrow. 4, I put In Soul. 3, No Different. 2, Eternal Sunshine. And 1, Love Drunk.
You're putting a lot of songs that feature Crush in my number 1 after I ripped that man a new one in the Stray Kids episode.
What? I'm putting a lot of songs
featuring Crush after I ripped that man a new one in the Stray Kids episode.
Oh.
Which is fine.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I don't think I associated that when I was picking.
You're fine. And that was mostly a joke. Hopefully people know, like, even my little rant back then, I have nothing against Crush, and I even said that too. I was just upset about the whole situation. So I don't know this man like that. I'm not really going to get into his music, but I do have a lot of songs that feature in him. I'm not going to deny he's a good singer. Okay, Macy, what is your list?
So my number 5 is Love Drunk.
바보처럼 이렇게 전부 망가지는데 했어 너를 잊으려고 해 바보처럼 이렇게 I will never be okay 어쩌면 나를 널 지우다 내가 지워질 것 같아 다른 차갑고 오늘따라 가슴이 달다 이러면 돼 너를 지우려고 해
My number 4 is Do Different.
What? Did I not put a song? Wait, say that again?
Do Different. They're No Different.
It's called
Excuse me.
No Different. That's what I was
No
like,
Different.
wait.
I can't read my own handwriting. Sorry.
I'm gonna need you to start typing this on the computer, Macy. I was like, this is the one that only has, well, no, it has 6. It has 7.
I wrote it right on your side. It's just
You just not on your side, because you said No Different.
I know.
You say I've changed and I feel like someone that you don't know. I'm acting strange, doing things we used to do on the low. This ain't a game that we're playing, zeros on our scoreboard. You say I've changed and I feel like someone that you don't know. I know that something's wrong, I don't know where you've gone. Feel like somebody, I don't know anymore. You know I've been there too, I felt the way you do. But still you gotta believe that baby, you and me.
Number 3, I put Lullaby for a Cat.
Damn, falling way up on my phone, next to my head on the floor, beats on repeat, the rain tapping sit on my window pane. Whoever said no pain, no gain, don't know pain, intimately like I do, as infinitely as I do, been lied about and lied to, too many times
going to put that at all.
No.
That's also the one, before I cut you off, when I was telling you about Epik High, that was the one I told you to play for your cats, because when this EP came out, Tablo was saying a lot of fans were telling him that they would play that song for their cats and they would go to sleep.
Wow. I'll have to try that.
So I don't know if you ever did or not. Try it out and tell me if it actually works.
Okay.
But your cats are also insane, so I don't know if they would go to sleep to that.
I mean, they're insane 10% of the day, but then they're asleep the rest of the day. So I don't know when I'm supposed to test it.
Who knows?
All right. Number 2 is Rain Again Tomorrow.
무인도가 된 mattress 이젠 수가 수면제도 안 되고 밤새 켜둔 sleep playlist 끝없는 beats to relax and study too Fuck 'em all man I hate this 내일 오늘과 어젠 뒤섞이고 기억들이 random access 언제나 과부하가 돼 내가 가는 길 막다르다는 걸 알면서도 수십 번을 반복해서 걷는 길 내가 하는 일 창작이란 그럴싸한 이름에 스스로 벽을 세워 넘는 일 살아가면서 느낄 은하수만했던 감정들을 건네고 별 몇 개를 얻는 일 내일은 내일의 해가 뜬다네 저 먹구름들은 내게 다르게 말해 They say 비가 오는 일도 비가 오는 일도
And number 1 is Eternal Sunshine.
이른 새벽에 참아왔던 눈물이 쏟아져
Do you get lonely? Sick with anxiety? Can't trust nobody? Same here. Do you get lonely? Do you get sick with anxiety? Sick with anxiety? Can't trust nobody? Same here. Same here.
불편해졌어 뭔가 마음이 누른건하게 젖어있는 내 손바닥이 자유로운 구석인데
Yay! Sugar came through for me.
Right.
Okay, are you ready for mine?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for mine, number 5, I put In Soul.
Yes sir. No king, no queen, no cold jester. 저 밤하늘의 소원을 기도했어 누가 들어줘 nobody 신도 손댔어 별도 따서 팔아치워버리는 이 도시에서 숨도 못 뱉어 입 열면 혀도 뺏겨 꿈 같은 건 꿈 같은 소리 꿔도 못 깨요 Now till you rest in peace 목숨 내 성공했어 Nobody saying cheese on the way to Mo Cheddar No answer 찾아봤지 도에서 살 길은 비좁고 막다른 길은 새 곳에서 Feel like I'm back in the map, the soul level I'ma be awake forever I'm sleepless in soul Sleepless in soul
4 is where I actually have Love Drunk, so I have Love Drunk featuring Crush.
안에 너만 알던 뭔가 마음이 세살 돋게 하려고 행하는 조교 계절이 바뀌어 하는 탈바 꿈을 푼 널 벗고 알몸이 돼 상처 입고 애를 쓰는 중 술에 술을 섞듯 독에 독을 섞어 해독이 되길 바라는 게 뭐가 새롭지 해롭지만 so is love 꽃길의 흔적이 가시밭길인 건 안 보이는 법 줄 담배 한 개가 될 때쯤 I wake up 추락해 밑바닥칠 때쯤 I wake up 못 살리는 거 고이 채워주는 것이 break up 네가 눈앞에 헛것이라도 되게 I'ma drink up 이렇게 했어 너를 지우려고 해 바보처럼 이렇게 전부 망가지는데
3, I have Eternal Sunshine.
이불 속에 숨어서 방관하고 싶어져 문 밖의 세상은 밤보다 어두워서
I got trouble sleeping 또 앓고 있다 언제였는지 푹 잡은 지가 눈은 반쯤 뜨고 나가 반쯤 감고 귀가 세상의 반을 못 보는 내 삶은 반쪽일까 참고 뛴다 쫓는 꿈이 있어서가 아니라서 방에 피하고픈 악몽이다 무너져 봐서 알지 그 어떤 꼭대기보다 높다는 걸 밑바닥 그 바로 위가 I'm never going down again 나 다시는 안 무너져 때론 누군가를 부둥켜 안고 울고 싶지만 나는 만년 연습생 인생은 너무 어려워
I don't know where you put that on my
2.
list. Okay. 2, I actually have No Different. I actually really like that song.
the same, the two of us, we suffer the same condition, love. Yeah, baby, you and me ain't no different. We were little insane, but just enough. We suffer the same condition.
Jesus, I miss your smile and laugh. We try to build a future, all we got's a broken past. Not much of me is left, but I promise if you come
And
back.
one is actually my favorite song. Probably top 10 Epic High songs. It's Rain Again Tomorrow.
비가 온다 내일도 비가 온다 내일도 비가 온다 내일도 비가 온다 내일도
비가 온다 내일도 비가 온다 내일도 비가 온다 내일도 비가 온다 내일도 생각해봐다 끝을 모르니까 자꾸 빠져드는가 봐 매일 밤 자유롭게 헤엄치려다가 결국 파도처럼 부서지고 말아 밤은 갈수록 길어지고 검어져 때론 달과 달 해를 넘어서 다 붙잡다 자꾸 돌아보게 돼 정답이 없어서 쓰러져도 일어나 무너지기 위해 걷기 시작한 건 아닌데 남을 채워주려 비우다 사라지게 돼.
Congratulations to me, I put that at number 5. I did get all your songs though, just not
Yes,
in the
I
right order.
got all your songs as well because we actually have the same songs, just not in the same order. And I figured we would have the same songs,
what?
just in different order.
No, we don't.
We have the same. Yes, we do.
I
Oh
have
no, except for Lullaby for a Cat. Funny story about that as well, because for my number 1, I actually put Rain Again Tomorrow / Lullaby for a Cat, because when Tablo was doing his show, the Tablo podcast, he actually mentioned originally he had planned for that to be one full song, because if you listen to it back to back, it does flow together. And I think he said his wife was the one that suggested to him to break it up into 2 songs. So originally it was just supposed to be one full song, which I would have been fine with either way. But yeah. I really like Rain Again Tomorrow out of the 2. Okay, so next we are moving on with the next album that came out in 2021, which is titled Epik High is Here Part 1. Okay, so for you on this one was, I gotta stop saying it, all these were hard. So on this one, for your number 5, I put Acceptance Speech featuring B.I. 4, I put End of the World featuring G-Soul. 3, Based on a True Story featuring Hayes. 2, Rosario featuring CL and Zico. And for your number 1, I put True Crime featuring Miso.
Okay. For your number 5, I put True Crime. Number 4, I put Acceptance Speech. Number 3, In Self-Defense. Number 2, End of the World. And I put number 1 as Rosario.
So you have my songs, they're just not in the right order.
No.
You were close. You have them all on there, they're just not in the right order.
Okay.
Okay, so what is your list?
All right. So my number 5 is Based on a True Story.
나 같은 사연만 들리고 새벽은 어느 떠오르고 눈 감아 또 네가 보여 상실은 날 이기적인 놈 만드네 내 작은 공허 채우겠다고 타인의 감정 갈취해 맘에 담고 마는 게 내게 아닌 쓸쓸함과 외로움을 맘과 입에 담아 내 얘기 같다며 공감을 해 싫은 겁이 나 온전히 내 거인 뭘 느낄까봐 삐쳐나온 감정 한 가닥도 싹 툭한 올만 당겨져도 나라는 이 실타래가 전부 풀릴까봐
괜찮다 가도 가끔 귀를 스쳐가는 가사 한마디에 맘이 무너지곤 해 되돌릴 수가 없다면 더 망가지는 게 약이 될까 싶어 쓴 기억을 먹어치우네 셀 수 없이 본 대사마저 외운 이별 장면에 밤새 눈물 쏟아내고 비워낼 만큼 언젠가는 채워질까 너의 빈자리 메워줄 슬픔을 쫓아겠어
Dang, I thought you would have liked that more.
My number 4, I'm not positive how to say. It's Leica? Leica. I don't know how to say it.
Your guess is probably as good as mine.
Lika? I don't know.
I'll believe Lucia over Lika.
인생이 남길 만하길 바래 got no time to take them. Still been off easy and cheese 사진 첩 대신 채워진 또 한 장의 앨범. Yeah, 시상식은 불참 정중히 거절하겠어. 내 성적은 투어 돌고 남은 내가 득찬 여권 도전들이 말해 참 잘했어. I'm proud of myself, making my 10th full length on my daughter's 10th. Got her arms around my neck, no chains, this gold none of y'all can flex. 폰은 내려놔, no more cameras. 온 힘을 다해 살고 눈을 감을 때마다 미소 하나 건지는 걸. 이게 real, 인생 샷 주는 법.
다 그렇지 뭐 이래도 지랄 저래도 또 지랄 바람잘 나란데 사는 게 뭐 이러면 어때 저러면 또 어때 심심할 틈은 없네 I'm gonna be okay.
My number 3 is End of the World.
Like it's the end of the world. The end of the world. The end of the
I don't believe anything that I see on TV. 박성기 듣기 좋은 말만 떠들지. 쓰디 쓴 진실보단 달콤한 거짓이 그래 굴리니까 이빨 까면 죄다 썩은니. I don't need a priest, I need a goddamn law degree. 나에게만 왜 항상 유죄 추정의 원칙이 가해자만 왜 양심 얼굴 다 블러터인지 이게 대체 누굴 위한 법인지.
My number 2 is True Crime.
세상인 걸 뭘 해도 죄 우리 위로와 이해 찾아갈 채 대신 비난과 벌 받을 때 우리 괴롭히던 시선과 편견을 전부 다 뒤로 하고 baby let's just drive away 안개와 암흑꾼의 midnight 별빛 하나 없는 밤이지만 대신 눈을 떠 앞을 가리키는 headlight 나와 일제 지옥행일지도 모르지만 길을 잃어도 도착지가 너면 alright
All night or demons on our tail got a bag full of cash in the trunk
영원 따위는 바라지도 않아 have all I want 지금만한 내일은 없어
Even if I'm left alone on the pavement thinking back on what it was
And my number 1 is Rosario.
Nobody you're missing a heart 쉽게 한 사람만큼 쉽지 않냐 뭐만 하면 죽을 죄 다들 티끌하나 없나 성자가 뭐 이리 많아 짓지 마라 나를 왜 teardrop 법은 두렵지만 나는 your fear God 깨끗한 척하긴 애쓴다 애써 깨어있으면 뭐해 눈이 출결돼서 마음대로 해 fuck on my way 어린 새끼 어때 대고 반말을 해 나는 어차피 좋은 장과 동시에 외로웠지 울 때 곁에 없었다면 웃을 때도 없길
Do what I wanna say what I wanna 어서 물어 듣고 떠들어 대 Don't want your prayers Don't want your roses Ain't no one dying today Out of my way I'm a legend and I'm here to stay Ain't going away Did it my way I keep on
Dang. Hey, you know what? I had True Crime for 2 and Rosario for 1, and I switched it. I thought you would have liked True Crime a little bit better. Damn it! I should have stuck with my gut.
You know better. Never switch them.
Honestly, like if the ones I think are your number ones, I really needed to stick with them. Like with the last one, I just put Eternal Sunshine. I didn't change it, and it was your number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So for mine, my number 5 was Acceptance Speech featuring B.I.
갈수록 차가워지는 내 마음보다 아픈 건 하나둘 떠나고 눈앞에 사라지는데 아무렇지도 않아 차라리 속 편해 이게 진짜 내 모습이었나 봐
먹구름도 구름이었지 생각해보니 날 닮은 것 같아 쓴 웃음도 웃음인 거지 웃을 일 없는 세상을 사니까
I did it for
내
you
말이 들린다면 고개를 끄덕여줘 허공에 뱉어대는 혼자말도 지치니까 내게 손가락질 대신 손을 흔들어줘 걸음을 멈추기에는 갈 길이 바쁘니
Number 4 was where I had In Self-Defense.
서울고 날 새끼 롤리에도 속여 날 새끼 랩보다면서 번호번 팝핑 새끼들은 너는 모양이 새끼들은 말해 어쩌고 simple respect bitch 가이 촉한 이 무대 매거진 난 오늘 해본 것들 하나 빼고 다 해봤지 존나 별의 좋은 기회들이 다 내보내 손으로 손에 너는 그저 본 것만은 돈 페리 영어 짜지 나는 다 줄 알고 believe 강북대 강남이지 가려봐 누가 진짜 어리시지 나는 게 이제 족까지 해서 가마케팅
I swear to God, I didn't wanna have to kill again. For an eye, classic after classic, this is number 10. Yes, name a fucking rapper, we ain't influencing Epik. If I'm guilty, it was all in self-defense. Bang!
Number 3 is actually where I have Rosario. As much as I love CL, y'all know that's my girl. I go up for her. Happy late birthday, by the way, CL. I did overplay that song a lot when it first came out. So, number 2 is actually where I have True Crime.
For your entertainment, I'll do anything for us. I'll do anything. It's only us. 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 It's a true crime for me to be without you. What do I do? What do I do? A true crime for me to be without you. What do I do? I'll do anything.
That was like a hidden gem. I actually kind of forgot about that song. And then when I was re-listening to this, I'm like, oh, I enjoyed this. So I think I'm going to start listening to that a lot more. And then, even though I said I overplayed Rosario, this was going to be my number 1 regardless. So my number 1's actually End of the World.
Okay. Well, I
I've
think that was
truly
your
enjoyed
number
that
2,
song.
So
That's a good song.
It's gonna be okay, but that's a lie. 이 세상은 geocaching burn. I want you to love me like it's the end of the world. No one else above me, nobody else you prefer. Cause we got this thing I wanna trust, even if it falls apart. I want you to love me like it's the end of the world, end of the world.
심도 못 구해 믿음보다 충만한 의구심 두 눈과 귀를 닫고 살면서 진실은 묻지 왜곡된 질문들의 모임이야 맞고 틀림 소수를 집어삼키는 다수의 불신 똑같은 죄를 짓더라도
Alright, guys. So next we have Epik High is Here Part 2 that came out in 2022 of last year. And apparently when I was reading stuff, I don't know if I read this was supposed to be technically their last album as a group. I'm not actually sure. And if it was, I missed that. I wouldn't be surprised because of one of the songs. It would make sense if it was, but I don't really actually know. So don't hold me to that if that's not true. Okay? I'm not trying to spread fake news, guys. Okay, so for this one, for your number 5, I put Champagne. I almost said champion. It's Champagne. 4, I put Gray So Gray featuring Yoonham. 3, Face ID featuring Giddy Boy, Sick K, and Just This. 2, Super Rare with Woonstein and PH1. And 1, I put Rich Kids Anthem featuring Lehigh.
not bad. For your number 5, I put Gray So Gray. Number 4, I put Family Portrait. 3, Super Rare. 2, Rich Kids Anthem. And 1, Face ID.
Okay. All right. What's your list?
My number 5 is Super Rare.
I'm starting my day Living my dream 잠이 아깝네 방에 만내 시간은 금 너에게는 24시 내겐 24K I ain't got time for your shade time for your diss songs or your hate 이제는 세상이 canvas 마음을 물건 삼은 artist 큰 그림 그릴 수밖에 Why you boasting your song is a meme I'm giving emotions fuck y'all streams I done everything that y'all just imagine Hold my phone I'ma do a dance challenge 너는 OP all time high 다르게 바꿨지 내가 여태 세운 공 매료하는 세력들아 good luck 이건 short squeeze
My number 4 is Face ID.
출발선에 서 있어 앞서가는 놈은 전부 선 넘었어 눈가에 힘 빼고 인사 빠가고 싶도록 악수하기 전에 먼저 해라 손소독 난 앞으로 던진 넌 그만 좀 해라 뻘째 욕을 싸질르다 모른 척하는 그 연기 수준들이 거의 조정석 수고했다 질투뿐인 너희 보고서 재능 낭비하지 말고 소설 써 그거 아닌 네 인생은 조졌어 난 다음 페이지로 내 에픽 하이로 잠금 매장 그냥 나의 페이스 아이디로 난 대놓고 할 실수가 기록돼도
Number 3, Rain Song.
어차피 할 수 없는 내일인데 I know you will never take me back 맘이 약해질수록 술이 더 세지네 이런 내가 싫겠지만 이해해
인생 뭐 있냐 몇 장 뒤에 마지막 페이지인데
I know you will never take me back
그칠 때만 되면 또 다시 비가 내리네 난 잘 지내
비가 오고 또 비가 오고 슬픈 음악이 흐르면 옛노래처럼 yeah. 네가 생각나 비가 오고 잠이 안 오고 슬픈 음악
Number 2, Gray So Gray.
감정이 고장나 황폐한 마음에 늘은 사랑 안 포기 못 자라 놀래게 무심했던 나와 목마른 관심에 지친 넌 눈물 삼켰잖아 네 눈물 빼고 슬픔을 더해 늘 파도치던 너의 눈빛 속에 담겼던 미움도 이제 날 동정해 왜 네가 나를 걱정해 원래 엉망인 나였잖아
내가 어떤 것만 배웠어 그래 어떤지만 골랐어 근데 이런 내가 미웠나 더 착하게 살고 싶었는데 너무 많이 다쳤어 그래 너무 많이 속았어 그래 나도 이러긴 싫어 웃고 싶어 근데 그게 잘 안 돼
And you got my number 1, it is Rich Kids Anthem.
처럼 벌었지 옷장을 가득 채운 지난 날의 벼름이 수단 방법 안 가리고 벌만큼 벌었으니 죄만큼 번 거지 You're flexing for the gram 얻는 건 그만큼 가벼워 You're laughing to the bank 그때 뒤통수가 따가워 Yeah you the fucking man till the next one 얼마 못 간다는 말 뭐 어쨌건 You're living like the rich kids 뒤처지는 놈은 You put them on your shit list 죽이는 건 너만 해야 살맛이 나니까 수십만 개 hearts but they broken and you're breathless
They don't know nothing They don't know about us 손에 잡힐 영혼은 없어
Yay! I had a feeling you would like that one. And I knew I should have put Gray So Gray lower, or higher, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, because I do 5 to 1, so I'm not sure if it's like, should I say lower? Should I say higher because of the numbers? And it don't matter. But anyway, yes. I think that's the best one I've done out of all of these. Okay, so for mine, for number 5, I put BRB.
그저 거울 보는 일 같으니까 창밖엔 곧바르던 세상이 기운다 It's time to say goodbye But I won't cry 너의 집 동네 도시가 눈에 담겨질 때 더 증발시켜줄 눈물 한 방울만 흘릴게 I'll be right back right back right back right back right back right back If you miss me then call me Don't worry I'll be right back 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 If you miss me then call me Don't worry I'll be right back
Number 4, I put Super Rare.
다만 에픽이라는 포식자 눈앞에서 날 고기면 넌
I
저녁거리
like my steak rare. That's how I like my girls too. I don't care what she wear, but something about the way a girl move. 난 그런 거에 끌려 있어야만 내 자기만의 색이. 어디서든 좋은 대로 뚜렷하게 새겨. 예술 안에서도 중요하겠지. I hope that you get me. That's all I be mapping. 넘쳐나는 trending 속에 없는 재미. Now everybody famous. 속에 없는 branding. 쉽게 얻은 명예와 따라오는 hashtag. Not one says rare. Easy to lose yourself. 남에게서 누를 때 희귀해지기를 바래. 진짜 너를 보여줄 차례.
3 is actually where I have Face ID.
I'm asking mine the whole joke gesture mine gotta get
2, I actually have champagne. Why am I stumbling with this word?
I turn my shame and pain into champagne. 맘 아픔도 굳은 살이 돼 내 마음이 될 테니 내 외로운 싸움은 한 획을 긋지 못해도 의로운 싸움이 될 테니 I did it my way, baby, you know that I tried. I made some mistakes, but I'm not afraid to die. Put your hands in the air for me, champagne in the air for me. I did it my way, baby, you know that I tried. I made some mistakes, but you know I never lied. Put your hands in the air for me, champagne in the air for me.
And this is the one where I said if you listen to it, it does almost kind of sound like a goodbye song, but I actually don't know, so I won't say anything. And then number 1, like yours, I figured you would also like the song, which you did. I put Rich Kids Anthem featuring Lehigh.
보기는 쉽지 않고 소소한 이 행복들에 감사하긴 습습이가 너무 커진 손 돌려놓고 싶어 내 삶의 균형 말야 즐거움보다 무거움에 기울어 있잖아 후회들로 채워진 오늘 그리운 여백 부족함이 있던 어제로 I wanna go back.
We got drinks, we got music. We don't need all the bullshit. 더 가지게 뭐 있어? We got each other tonight. We got friends, we got music. We don't need all the bullshit. We wanna get more so we can love.
I almost switched those two. I should have.
Yeah, that's the only one I actually really listened to off of this whole like album or EP, but yes. And then a song I wanted to shout out. I promise, guys, when I say this, I am okay. When I first heard it, definitely cried. Still getting my feels when I hear it. But I wanted to shout out Tableau's Words, which is like his little solo, which is I Hated Myself. Yeah, definitely could relate. But I promise I'm okay. But I did enjoy it. I almost put it on my list, but I did it. Okay, so we're moving on to our very last one that recently just came out this year. Did it come out? It came out in February. Not on Valentine's Day. You know what? I forgot when it came out. Anyway, it came out literally just recently, which is titled Strawberry. This one, I did something and I'm like, she might like this one better than the other, but I feel like I should have went with my first thought, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to just say what I put. It's too late to change it. So number 5 for you, I put Strawberry. 4, I put Down Bad Freestyle. 3, God's Latte. This is probably where I shouldn't have done this, but I did it anyway. 2, I put On My Way featuring Jackson Wang. And 1, I put Catch featuring Hwasa. I thought you would have liked Catch a little bit better, but I don't know. Maybe I should have put Jackson as your number 1.
Okay. So for your number 5, I put Strawberry. 4, Down Bad Freestyle. 3, God's Latte. 2, On My Way. And 1, Catch.
So literally the same that I put for yours.
Yeah.
It's all good. Okay, tell me what your list actually is.
My number 5 is God's Latte.
성수동 어느 카페에서 신과 커피 한잔해 걔는 스트로베리 라떼 난 못 마시겠냐 물으셔 메뉴 보다가 I say Just give it to me black 말했지 진실은 단계 싫어 쓴 게 낫더라고
Dang, really?
Yeah. Number 4 is Strawberry.
Welcome to the first and last Strawberry Poetry Conference, press conference. These motherfuckers are poets. They will answer questions about everything from atomic science to riddles and rhymes. Go.
Number 3, Down Bad Freestyle.
It's 2023. Yeah. Someone just got canceled. I can hear it through the window. I feel for the man. Have you seen all the tweets though? Got people screaming JFC. Other people saying let's wait and see. Get out the popcorn. The world is going full don't palm with the.
And you were correct. Number 2 is On My Way.
I'll be on my way. Okay. okay 나부터 바뀌지 않으면 세상이 바뀌지가 않는데 글쎄 결국 나만 바뀌었고 제자린 세상은 날 손가락질해 I hear them say
I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you walk. Okay, baby, I'll be on my way. You hate the way that we are. I miss the way that we run. Just call and you know I'm on my way.
And number 1 is Catch.
내 MBTI는 IDGAF 한때 날 지지했대 그래 thank you very much and fuck you
I cannot complain though, cause they know 자꾸 날 찔러대도 시간만 낭비라고 기장스러 바이바이 그럼 잘 지내고 바이바이 멀리 안 나와도 천천히 가다 숨이 처음 멈춰서도 잠시 넘어져도 You never catch me 날 걱정 말고 어둠 속에서도 I shine like a diamond.
Just because I love Jackson Wang doesn't mean I can't appreciate when I like a song more.
And that's what I said. I was listening to it. I'm like, you know what? I know she loves Mr. Wang, but I think she would appreciate Catch better.
Mhm.
So for my number 5, I put Strawberry. Four is where I had God's Latte.
뭘까 나도 인터넷 위키피디아에 웬만한 건 찾을 수가 있는데 맞다 지옥엔 어떤 사람이 가장 많아요 묻고 한 모금 마셨는데 그는 한참 대답 없다 말했지 Time's up 나는 혀를 띄었네
Three is where I had Down Bad Freestyle.
Who needs a metaverse? Yo, it's a meta curse. Digging up meta dirt to put you in a meta hearse. I never met a verse that I didn't slay. What? Bars. I gotta get out of this room. I need help. Fuck a Zoom. I need IRL. Sorry, I can't talk right now with all of this duct tape over my mouth.
And like you, and I think you got this right as well, number 2 I put On My Way featuring Jackson Wang.
영원한 건 없어 미련 따윈 걷어철래 어차피 세상은 내게 불 꺼진 번학한데 감정의 쓰레기만 넘쳐나 뭘 더 바래 축제는 끝이 났고 떠나갈 일만 남았네 나까지 이런 마지막 인산 접어도 사양할게 모두가 무관심했던 그때처럼 걸어나갈 테니까 박수나 보내줘 눈앞이 당당하게 결국 이별은 언젠가 맞이할래 탄생은 죽음을 향해 가지 꽃이 핀 자리에 눈꽃이 피고 빛이 난 자리에 어둠이 지도왔던 길 그대로 돌아나가 땅 안에 묻어둔 저만 나가 꽃 한 송이를 피워내고
And one I put Catch featuring Kwasa. So I think if you had switched 4 and 3 you would have gotten all of them right.
I would have gotten them all right.
Yeah, so close.
걸을 때는 구름위로 슬라이드 적다 시기 질투 위로 근둔다 바로 뛰려 바닥으로 떨어질 때도 절망 안에 춤춰 붐붐 파우 될 때부터 길이 정해진 듯음이 무대와는 어느새 20년 지기 그 어느 때보다 가벼워 어깨 외침이 이제서야 음악이 내 직업 아닌 취미 잊어버렸지 삶의 고단함 행복 안에 현실감이 고장나 무심한 세월이 기억을 덮어버린 듯도 우린 여전히 all time high.
Alright, let's go ahead and tally up the points. See who is the first winner of 2023. Actually did better in the later half than the beginning, which I thought I was going to. I just wasn't sure. Okay, I'm ready whenever you are.
I am also ready.
Okay, I mean, you've been going first lately, so you can go first.
Okay, I got 300.
Well, Macy, this time it's not a 10-point lead. It's a 20-point lead. So I beat you by 320.
20 points.
Yay, me!
Good job, Simone.
Thank you. You know, it's interesting. I always beat you in the ones that I choose and we don't really know. Like, I'm thinking of like the 21 one. You beat me in Twice, but
I'd heard more of Twice songs though, and you talked about them, so I had more insight.
That was a good game though, Macy. Good game.
Mm-hmm.
So how was your overall experience? Was there any songs that you were surprised were my number one? No. I don't know if I asked you this earlier. Did you enjoy what you were listening to at least, or?
Yeah, like I think I said this off recording, but I had a little bit of trouble because I did this first listen and their vibe and sound is pretty consistent, I think. Like they definitely have a certain vibe, so it's hard to like determine what you would like in a very similar like genre. I find that hard with every genre, not just this one in particular, but if a group has a very specific sound, it's like hard to differentiate like what you would like more than others. But overall I enjoyed the music. I think there's a couple on here that I will probably download, but I wouldn't say anything surprised me super bad because I wasn't really sure what to expect. So
yeah,
I did better than I thought I would.
That's good. I also did a lot better than I thought I would. Because like you said, it is, especially in the later years, similar vibe. But, you know, just like with the 21, it was just interesting to hear your music tastes with certain groups and what you prefer over the other. So,
right.
and
like
again,
like
besides
of rap.
yeah, like from 2017 on, I did good. Like I had your songs, except for maybe like one or two, just not in the right order. It was just the early ones I just didn't know because that's like real, like early 90s and 2000 hip hop. And I'm like, I just don't know what Macy would actually like. But yeah, thank you for playing them with me. I'm glad you enjoyed. I'm very excited to see them in concert. So yeah. And this is also my first like Korean group that's not K-pop that I'm saying. So it's going to be interesting, but it's going to be fun. Also, with this one, because they're playing in a venue that's standing, but it also is a balcony that has seats. I had to choose a seat. I can't do standing anymore. My back was hurting after the Eric Nam
That
one.
was difficult.
So if I have a chance to get a seat, I'm getting a seat. So I will still enjoy my time. I still can have a good time. I'll be standing during the actual concert. It's just the before.
Yeah.
I need a seat. Okay, but like always, I need to update our Spotify, but I will post, you know, a playlist. I'll probably break it up of the game that we did and then the songs I recommended. But yeah, so that's Epik High, guys. And if you didn't know about them before, go check them out. They're a good group. Their interviews are very funny. Yeah, I just hope you enjoyed it. So, we ready to close? I'm ready to close.
Ready.
Let's go stream some Epik High.
Right, go stream some Epik High. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you have any suggestions or comments, concerns, anything like that, you can email us at iwasthinking.pod@gmail.com. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter, and you talk about us on your TikTok.
I try. Which you called me out last time. I was like, so you know I post TikTok, but you don't like any of my videos.
I don't really like any videos, if I'm being perfectly honest. I like send them to people. I haven't sent your videos, but I like your hair.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. You'll see it more when we get together to go see Stray Kids. So
Yeah.
Which is coming up soon. Are you excited?
Yes. Very excited. Sorry, I don't know if you lagged or my brain lagged.
It's fine. We need to get out here anyway, and I need to get ready to go to work. But that's where you can all find us, guys.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you, and we will see you next time. Bye.
What a train wreck.
So awkward.
같은 방해뿐인 삶의 나침반 만만한 세상에 쉽게 무릎 꿇고 쉴 새 없이 신세 타령만 아련한 옛 꿈을 쫓던 가련한 두 팔로 화려한 나의